Hey, what's up everybody? Corn O'Keefe here, bringing you a prediction to the next All-Star Showdown. Yeah, as the title implies, it's Cell versus Boo versus Freeza from Dragon Ball Z and Super as a whole. I say Super because I found out they are using Golden Freeza, which does imply they're using Freeza from Dragon Ball Super. And I'm pretty sure, if my sources are correct, they're using Super Perfect Cell, which can destroy a solar system. So what we have here, folks, is possibly a stomp when you actually get down to the details. Now, I'm actually going to go over it a little bit because I don't like to claim stuff to be a stomp. But in this particular verse, in the Dragon Ball verse, it kind of does work arc to arc. They go to a completely different league than what they were in the previous arc, you could say. They're also using Kid Buu, specifically Kid Buu. I'm going to start off by going over Cell first, and then Buu, and then Freeza. So, we got Super Perfect Cell. At his best, he can destroy a solar system. He's hundreds of times the speed of light at that point. He's able to blitz characters who could blitz Freeza on Namek, and Freeza on Namek was faster than light. So he's above light easily. He's solar system level. He can casually blow up planets if he really wanted to. He has a great regeneration power. And the interesting thing about him is he has the cells of the other Z fighters, you know, and Frieza and King Code. Now, you can go out on a limb. You can say he might know about Frieza's inner potential, you know, his unlocked form within, you know, his locked golden form, whatever you want to say. But that's speculation. I mean, you could make an argument for it, but at the end of the day, it really wouldn't matter anyways, because what's he going to do? He can't go to that form himself, and so on and so forth. So he can do Destructo Disc, he can do Death Beam, Special Beam Cannon, Kamehameha, he can do Instant Transmission, all of the above. He can do the Solar Flare, whatever. So what we have here, folks, Super Perfect Cell, solar system level, a good bit above light speed, and all kinds of techniques on top of a pretty dang good regeneration power. And when he comes back, if he does survive and there's a single cell of his left, he can come back and receive a small Zenkai boost thanks to him having amplified Saiyan DNA, meaning from Goku and Trunks. Maybe not Trunks, but Vegeta and Goku definitely. So yeah. And I'll be honest, Cell is more intelligent than either one of the other two characters in this match. We'll get into that at the end though. Now we got Kid Buu. Now Kid Buu, think about Kid Buu, you got to remember he's above Fat Buu. The thing you need to remember about Fat Buu is Fat Buu took out Deborah. Deborah was stated to be equal with Cell. Now whether or not it was Super Perfect Cell or just regular Perfect Cell is irrelevant. He was equal to some form of Cell, either Perfect Cell, which is weaker than Super Perfect Cell obviously, but not by a lot, if you know what I'm saying. So either way, Fat Buu dominated somebody who was supposed to be on Cell's level. Fat Buu is below Kid Buu. Kid Buu destroyed multiple galaxies over a few years. He's multiple solar systems right there. That's multi-solar system level right there off the bat. And he's faster than light, much faster than light. So he actually is faster than Cell. And logically, he should be able to easily defeat Cell himself. So, and he has a great regeneration power. He has his own hacks, you know, Candy Beam. He can absorb. Great tactics, really great tactics. Even has a greater regeneration technique than Cell. Moving on to Freeza from Dragon Ball Super. Now the thing you need to remember about Freeza from Dragon Ball Super is he trained for a short period of time, and he came to Earth and was able to fight basically on par with Goku's base form and his final form, excluding the golden form, or just final form, whatever base Freeza, the white and purple form, was able to basically fight on par with a base Goku who is stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku from the Buu saga. The same Super Saiyan 3 Goku who could fight at least on par with Kid Buu. you got to factor that in, that kind of stuff. I mean, that actually is there for a reason. You know what I mean? He goes to Golden form. He's at least on par with SS Blue Goku. And this is Super Saiyan Blue after he absorbed the God Ki in his base and after he shook a macrocosm. Whether or not you want to believe it, but going off scale, scaling and feats and the macrocosm that was drawing the 3 universe-sized macrocosm, Golden Frieza would be universal plus scale, on a universal plus scale when he fought in the Resurrection of F arc. Recently, he's back, okay? He did some image training in Hell, got a little more mastery of his Golden form, got a little more stamina to it now, a lot more you could say. Heck, he even tanked the Hakai. The same Hakai that a god of destruction known as Sidra allowed one of his little minions to use. Nonetheless, the energy came straight from Sidra, not the minion. Frieza tanked it like it was basically nothing. He sweated a little bit. He was sweating a little bit, but nonetheless, it really didn't do much to him. Yeah. That in its own right is a major Hax resistance. The Hakai is considered a Hax. It does not one-shot everybody like people above Beerus, like Whis, and people who can be proven to be above those kind of guys. Obviously, that kind of says something about Golden Frieza in its own, but nonetheless, that actually disintegrates your entire soul from existence along with your body. Like, you don't even go to Otherworld. That just erases you from time and existence itself. This move does. Just keep that in mind. On top of that, he's stronger now. He has more stamina. He's still on par with Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and he's equal in speed with him at the very least, which is massively faster than light. So now I'm going to tell you who I think would win and why. Like I said earlier, Cell is definitely smarter. He's more strategic in battle. But in this particular show, and unfortunately Cell and Boo are on the same show as Frieza, this kind of does work in this manner for this actual show. Cell's outclassed here. His intelligence really ain't going to go far. It's going to help at first, yeah, maybe to keep him alive the longest until Golden Frieza demolishes him. Take Piccolo and Raditz, for example. Piccolo was obviously a lot smarter than Raditz, but due to Raditz being in just another league, the intelligence really didn't go too far until the very end when Goku smartened up, got smart enough to realize he needs to hold him in the full Nelson long enough for Piccolo to put that beam cannon between their chest. No, you get what I'm saying though. I mean, in Dragon Ball, it really don't matter if you're smarter than the other character unless you're already a little bit above them or on par with them to begin with. So that being said, Cell is the weakest link here, despite him being the more intelligent of them. He actually is the weakest link. Boo is next. He could beat Cell, yeah, but even base form Frieza, like I said, is above Super Saiyan 3 Goku from the Boo saga, who matched Kid Boo. Golden Frieza is just icing on the cake. And yeah, you could say, well, what about his hacks? Boo, Candy Beam, and Absorption. Well, we've seen lesser characters than, like I said, Golden Frieza withstand those things. Like Vegito, he could withstand the Candy Beam. And argue this if you will, but if Frieza can overcome something from a god of destruction that's meant to erase your entire existence, then I'm pretty sure it's safe to say he can overcome the absorption tactic from somebody who is leagues below him compared to somebody who is supposed to be above him, meaning Sidra. So at the end of the day, folks, I actually do have to say this is kind of a stomp. Golden Frieza, base Frieza alone takes basically every category except intelligence and regeneration. But in this situation in Dragon Ball, this isn't going to matter when you're that much ahead of somebody. And Golden Frieza is just icing on the cake. Universal plus scale easily. That's easily right there. So that's my final conclusion. I'm going with Frieza all the way for the next All-Star Showdown. Frieza from Dragon Ball Super all the way. He beats Boo and Cell. Fat Boo beat Deborah, who was equal with Cell. And base Goku and base Frieza in Dragon Ball Super are above Super Saiyan 3 Goku from the Boo saga, who mashed Kid Boo. It's logic. It's just how it would work. And I'm going with Freeza all the way. Let me know what you think down below. As always, have a great one. Peace.